So my mock draft isn't necessarily predicting what's going to happen, although I think a lot of this could happen. This is what I would do if I was general manager, and I'll give you the reasons why. So we're just going to do the top 10 picks. 1, Carolina takes Bryce Young. They can't get the better quarterback position right. He's the most refined, and if I was a GM and I have an offensive coach like Frank Reich, I would give the ball to Bryce Young. And Frank Reich always has made guys very efficient. He's viewed as a teacher on the offensive side who played the position. It is a winnable division, and Frank Reich, I thought, was a great hire. And this kid, you don't have to babysit. He's a grown-up. He sees the field accurate. He moves well, and yes, he's small, but he is the most complete quarterback available. Frank Reich played the position, and I believe that he sees that and knows it. So I'm the GM. I'm giving the offensive coach the best quarterback. Now the Texans at 2 just hired DeMeco Ryans, right? As general manager, what is he like? A quarterback that doesn't make mistakes. C.J. Stroud. I thought the Texans had a very good offseason. DeMeco Ryans has a chance to be a really, really good coach. Defensive coaches want to win with defense and field position. C.J. Stroud makes very few ugly mistakes, and he's got the size. He's mobile enough. His comp is probably Jared Goff. And again, he moves the football, can make big plays. He's not going to give you a ton of off-script. And defensive coaches don't necessarily love quarterbacks who go off-script. So C.J. Stroud to the Texans. The GM of the Arizona Cardinals, I take Jalen Carter, arguably the best player in the draft. The Cardinals just lost J.J. Watt. I've got a defensive coach, his side of the ball, his expertise, his defense, and front sevens. Listen, they had the second worst scoring defense. You've got a division with a lot of smart offensive coaches, Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay. I want the best defensive interior lineman prospect in years. I'm the GM. I take Jalen Carter from Georgia. We got to trade. The Raiders move up. The Colts are rebuilding their team. They get additional picks. The Raiders move up from 7 to 4 and take Will Levis. Listen, I got issues with Will Levis, but he is what Jimmy Garoppolo isn't. He's healthy, he's athletic, and he's got a big arm. Josh McDaniels, the new coach, sees himself as a bit of a quarterback guru. He took the very raw Tim Tebow in the first round, and Levis is a significantly better prospect. He'll have a year to develop behind the mature Jimmy Garoppolo. Mature, maybe not personality, but certainly is physically. He gives you what Garoppolo doesn't, stability and health. A big arm. Raiders move up to 4. At 5, Seattle is going to take Will Anderson. Pete Carroll, defensive culture, will strongly consider Anthony Richardson, but Pete and John Snyder are going to make a case that this kid led college football in sacks over the last 2 years, 6 more than any other player, and I believe Pete Carroll believes it's a position of need, and he may be the best player in the draft. I think he'd take Jalen Carter here if available, who may be the best player, but if Will Anderson is available at 5, I think there's a chance. I have a hard time believing in a position of need. With a defensive coach, they could pass on arguably the best player in the draft. They've got Geno. They can get a quarterback later. I think Seattle goes Will Anderson. The Lions hit a home run last year with defensive end Aiden Hutchinson, and they stay on defense, which was the worst last year statistically. Get Myles Murphy, the edge rusher from Clemson. Now between Hutchinson and Myles Murphy in a division where Detroit and Minnesota can score points, and you don't know where Jordan Love's going to be, this is an organization that has been bad defensively for years, and they solved their cornerback issues in free agency. Now they solidify their pass rush. Lions take Myles Murphy. So because of time, I got to finish out the top 10 pretty quickly. So at 7, the Colts take Paris Johnson out of Ohio State. At 8, the Falcons take Christian Gonzalez out of Oregon. At 9, the Bears take Tyree Wilson out of Texas Tech. And at 10, the Eagles take Peter Skoronski out of Northwestern. And there's my top 10 picks for the NFL draft of this year. It was a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed it.